we're at Lakeside today and decided we're going to test something new, something I've never really thought of, to be honest with you. Electronic throttle controllers. All these new cars that we're running around in now all have electronic throttles. And one of the biggest problems with them is just that delay. When you get on the accelerator, you want the car to go as you ask it to, and these things are delaying that on purpose. So what we've got here today is a Pedal Commander. This is an American product which is now supplied in Australia, and they've given it to us to give it a test on a couple of our vehicles. It is a BMW fit, this particular one, but you can get the connections for your different cars. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this one into our new M3, which is the V8 electronic throttles, see what difference it makes. We'll start it without it actually activated, then we'll turn it on and see the difference. So opening up the Pedal Commander, I'm not really going to show you how to install them, but just to show you how easy these are, you pull the unit out, and pretty much this sits in between the throttle that's inside the car and the cable that runs out to the throttle body in the engine bay. This over here is the controller, but you can also connect to Bluetooth, which we will do today, so we can control it on our phone, nice and quick and easy. So what I'll do is I'm just going to pull out the throttle pedal down the bottom over there, plug this in, put it out of the way, connect by Bluetooth, and then we'll head out onto the track and we'll see what difference it makes. Alright, so we're going to fire the car up over here, and the Pedal Commander is just tucked out of the way now. It's just a temporary location at the moment. We will actually put it in a good place a bit later. So we'll fire up the app, the Pedal Commander app, and what this will allow us to do is remotely control it. The reason why I want to do that is I want to be able to change it a little bit quicker than having to look at the unit itself. So it's a really cool little thing. So if you see over there, we've got the Pedal Commander app. When we're ready, we can just turn it on and it changes it, and it tells us what mode we want to be in. So sport, city, eco, and it actually gives you a bit of a warning because the eco one is quite a delayed throttle. So we won't do that because we're not going to use that, and then sport plus. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go out with it turned off at the moment and then see what the car feels like. Then we'll go on a cool down lap, I'll throw it into city mode, and then we'll go sport and sport plus and just see what the differences is between the different modes on the Pedal Commander. Alright, so I've got the car in M mode, so everything is as we would normally use this car. It's in manual mode, turn off all the traction controls and that. We'll head out to the track now and see what it feels like. What I like about this car is it's a V8, so it's NA, no turbos, and it's a pretty responsive car as it is. I'm really interested to see what difference it's going to make. So this is normal mode now, without the Pedal Commander activated. Alright, so very easy way of getting into the actual throttle there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it works pretty well in this car. But let's just see what difference it makes when we change it into, let's say, city mode. So it's changing, it's now activated city mode. Let's see if it makes a difference. Oh yeah, you feel it already. I didn't expect that much of a change, I must be perfectly honest. Especially with the top track we're on, we're not really going from a standstill. It's just, wow, okay. I'm just in third gear, cruising around. you touch the throttle and it just goes, oh man, it feels like a V8 now. You know what? I'm just gonna go to Sports Plus. Let's just go all out. Let's just see what it feels like. So off the throttle to change it apparently, but we'll see how it goes. So that's Sports Plus now. I'm pretty certain this is not going to be as fun to drive now with the Sports Plus. We'll see. Oh wow. Okay, that might be a bit much. Let's see. Oh Jesus. Immediately so much more speed up the hill. Oh no. It's actually almost too responsive now. Oh, okay, no, wait. Oh. It's like on off, on off. It's actually, okay, maybe too much. Maybe too much. let's dial it back quickly. It was almost like grabby type of driving. So now we just go to sports mode and let's just see what kind of difference it'll make. Oh yeah, it's a bit more manageable now. I'm not gonna lie, this has made a huge freaking difference on this car, man. Even coming out of that corner now in second gear, low RPM, it just wants to step out sideways on me. Oh, the speed that it's getting now, just because it comes out of that corner so much more responsibly. Okay, that's a bit much on that one. The cool part about the Pedal Commander is the amount of settings it actually has. So what we're going to do is pull it off the track now and just take a bit of a break on the car. But I think that sports mode with maybe, it goes up to like -4. It also goes up to +4, which is maybe too much for this car. I think this car felt the best in city mode, like it was just very responsive. But coming up that straight now, in the sports mode, the amount of speed we had at the top was phenomenal. So if I can dial back that sports mode slightly, so we'll start playing minus and just give it another crack, I think we can fine tune it into something that's wow. That was fun. I enjoyed it on the NA-V8, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into our other BMW. They said we had another BMW today, so we'll put it into that one over there. Apologies to the Supra owners. I know we're tired of hearing that they're a BMW, but let's be honest, they're probably the best thing that Toyota could have ever done with this car is put the BMW parts in. But what it allows me to do is use this on a couple of cars. So same thing, exact same pedal setup really. I'm just going to quickly disconnect, put that in line, and then we'll take this one out and see what kind of difference it makes on a turbo car with a little bit of lag, and see if it livens this one up as well. So that's the pedal over there. So we'll take the Pedal Commander, plug that in. It can really only go in one way anyway. Put that in there, and this one goes into the stock plug. Right. And then slide this back in. Here we are, the Supra, the BMW Supra. Now I'm really excited about this one because the Supra is notoriously laggy on the throttle, like really laggy. There's times where I come out of an intersection, I put my foot down and it's like, and eventually it gets going. It's actually horrible. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to find a significant change in city mode straight away, and then I'm going to be a bit silly, I'm going to go put it in Sports Plus. The other thing is we've got skip band tires on here, so there's no grip whatsoever on this car because we don't use traction control, it's skid control. We use our right foot for that. So with the throttle, one of the things that I've noticed with the newer and newer cars is that they get a bit more and more dead on their throttle response. I didn't realize the M3 was as much as it was until I drove it now with the Pedal Commander, but I think it kind of overdid it slightly. So in city mode it's actually really nice. But this car is very powerful from factory, and it needs it dulled down so that, you know, it can be nice and safe on the road. Okay, so putting my foot down over there, and then it goes, because it's a very powerful car, so it's definitely got, there's no shortage of power in the car. So they had to dull down the pedal in order to make it safe, right? So putting this Pedal Commander in, we should have quite a bit of a difference in its reaction time. Turning it here on the power, so it kind of like slowly brings it in, which is nice and safe. Bring it around the corner over here. Sideways. So like I said, we are on the skip band tires, so they're not going to be super grippy. So you can feel it. It delays the way the power is delivered, and I mean that's a good thing, right? It's definitely a good thing for such a powerful car. Let's just put it in city mode. Let's see if that makes a difference. Sports Plus or should I just do Sports first? Let's do Sports Plus. Just send it, eh? The M3, it might be a little too much. I cannot explain the difference in feel as a driver to have just instant reaction like that. So we'll go to sports mode this time. See what that feels like. When it changes up again, more excited about this one, as you can tell. The throttle has really bothered me on track quite significantly, so let's see what she goes. Oh man, even third gear, you put your foot down and it just instant boost, like just goes. It's a little bit manageable through that corner. Oh yeah, so it's just giving just a tiny little bit of oversteer with the same amount of throttle this time. A little bit too much more over there. Almost overshot that corner. Yeah, okay. I think I'm getting a bit carried away now because we're on the skip hand tyres, and it's the limiting factor is definitely the tyres right now. But the throttle response is just okay. It just wants to spin up in second gear now as well, which is just, it's such a good feeling. Yeah. Like I said, I've got a newfound love for that car. The Pedal Commander, I've never played with an electronic throttle controller, and Pedal Commander got in touch with me and said, give it a crack, see how you go. And it's transformed both of them. I think it almost transformed that one too much. I think I heard a clutch slip, but that was because I was putting it on Sports Plus. We don't quite need that for sports cars. The Supra on sports mode, -3 out of it, and it was actually really good, super controllable throttle. I think if you put that unit in something like a Ute, the Sport Plus mode would actually start making sense, because then it really ramps up the throttle response. But man, it's changed the Supra. I honestly think there's a lot of lap time in that alone at Queensland Raceway. So maybe we do that. Let's take it back to Queensland Raceway and see just what that does. Same tyres, same everything, still standard car. The Pedal Commander. Let's see what it does on lap time. Really excited. Thanks, Pedal Commander. Check them out, Pedal Commander AU, Instagram, and on Facebook. Their website as well. Not a Chinese product. Love it. Excellent product, man. Just give it a go. Just honestly, give it a go. Give it a go. All right, see you later.